Hi, my name is Juliet, and one thing I've learned this past year is that having a pet is a lot of work and a lot of responsibility, more so than I could have ever imagined. Growing up, my parents had two cats. We never had dogs, so I immediately became a cat person, and I finally got my own cat in this past February. I wanted a cat because not only am I a cat person, but I'm not home a lot. I'm very busy, and I always thought that cats were so much more low maintenance than dogs and just could take care of themselves. Since then, I've made him feel so at home, and he is my best friend. So, getting ready to get him, I went out. I bought a collar, a tag, a litter box, a mat for under the litter box, a litter box scooper, cleaner. I got him food and water bowls, and I got dry food and wet food. I got a couple different brands to see which one he liked. I got him a bed, some scratching posts, and a little castle house for him to climb around and hang out in. I got my carrier, and we headed out to go pick him up. As soon as we picked him up and put him in my car, he immediately fell asleep. When I got back to my house, my roommate had two dogs, so I was a little bit nervous about how he was going to react to them. But we introduced them through a door and slowly, gradually got them to be together, and they became best friends instantly. I had to realize after a couple days that he is a little destructive. He's 1 year old, so he is kind of like a 12-year-old boy at this moment. I had to make sure that my blinds were always up, my shoes were put away, no food is left out. It was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. I let him walk around the whole house and smell everything, get used to everything, get used to his food in his litter box. He adapted to his new home very fast. I had to go home for 2 days, so he knew I was there right with him. Right away, he wanted to be as close as possible to me, slept on my bed, ran around, and got into absolutely everything. I learned that cats need to eat on a very regular schedule. My cat personally gets very vocal when he's hungry. Not only does he meow at me, but he also drools on my face. I found out that a cat will use the litter box so many times during a day, and it's really good to clean it as much as you possibly can. They're very sensitive to odors, and the litter that is used with cats has a lot of ammonia in it. So if you don't clean it out a lot, you'll have that chemically ammonia smell, and it's just not good for anyone. Imagine if, your bathroom that you use was gross and smelled like chemicals and nasty. You wouldn't want to leave it or go in it either. They need fresh water every day, and I provide him with that. Something I didn't actually realize was that I do need to fully clean, wash, and soap down his litter box and his food and water bowl. He needs to be brushed very often because his coat is so thick. He has a lot of hair and distributes oil through their skin and makes it easier for them to keep clean. I trim his claws about once every month, just depends on how long they're getting. Young cats are super playful, and sometimes they keep themselves entertained, but cats definitely need a lot of mental stimulation and playtime during the day. They're very active animals, very intelligent animals. So I try to play with him for at least an hour, a little bit more or less a day, depending on what I'm doing. As much as you do for your cat will do for you. You can never be lonely if you have a cat because they always want to be by your side. When I'm home, my cat's next to me. When I'm sleeping, he's in my bed. My favorite thing about Jeffrey, my cat, is that when I get home, I crouch down face level to the ground and he comes and runs and shoves his head right into my face, and it just makes me feel so happy. If you pet him, he immediately starts purring, and it's such a relaxing sound. It calms down my anxiety and just makes me feel so much better. The more you get to know your cat's personality, the more they will get to know you, and y'all create a bond between each other. In conclusion, having a cat is a companion is a big lifelong commitment. You are committing to taking care of this cat for the rest of their life, to feed them, clean their litter box, mentally stimulate them, and take care of their overall health, making sure they have everything they need and spending time with them. You may think that cats are the type of animal that you can leave alone for a long period of time, and while that is true, they do love you and they do want your affection. Every single time I get home, I pick him up in my arms like this. He puts his head right here and just snuggles with me and purrs and purrs and purrs. If you give this cat the attention and love that they deserve, your cat will give you more than you give them. No matter how much they love you, they will love you more. He is a part of your life, but you are his whole world.